I think Apple did what they should have done. And contrary to the view that Apple was behind on AI, what they did at WWDC showed us that they've been working on this very hard and investing very hard, at least for the last couple of years. They said that they basically created dozens of language models that mostly run on your phones and iPhones and Macs. And they do dozens of things with your personal data without this stuff ever leaving your phone. As and when you need a little bit more processing outside the phone, they created a whole multi-gazillion-dollar cloud called the private cloud compute, where all the additional calculations can be done and brought back privately. And then as and when you need the broader large language models that the other companies like OpenAI and Google and Meta are spending billions of dollars on, with your permission every time, it will go out and make those queries for you. But they turned the whole world of large language models on their head over the last couple of years, using their own silicon, own chips, own software, own ecosystems of all the half a dozen plus operating systems, Mac, iPads, iPhones, Vision OS, Watch, etc., and created very customized apps that they already had and made them AI powered. So Howard, to your point on finance, the Apple Stock app is going to do some amazing things relative to other things over the next little bit. And the most important thing from WWDC, they opened up APIs, application programming interfaces, for the million plus developers. StockTwits, anybody who wants to leverage the Apple ecosystem can connect to these Apple LLMs and create new AI applications with privacy in the Apple ecosystem. So this, for the first time in over a decade, is one of the biggest opportunities for third-party developers around the world to create AI-enabled applications and services in box 6 on that chart. And that what didn't exist before. You couldn't do this on OpenAI's ChatGPT. You could barely do this with some of the stuff Microsoft has, because Microsoft doesn't have a phone ecosystem. As you couldn't do this on the Google's Android phones, because Android phones are fragmented. Hundreds of OEMs make Android phones. The majority of them are in Asia, in China, etc., where most of those companies don't touch Google once the Android app is concerned. And then the biggest advantage they took key focus on is that if you move all the applications and the processing to local data and local applications, you're moving the compute and the energy consumption to local devices.